YouTube. The biggest online video sharing platform is never one day away without being the center of controversy. Whether it's settling with the FTC for $170 million over violations of the Child Online Privacy and Protection Act, or dealing with the fallout of Logan Paul faking a dead body in the Akigahara forest in Japan, YouTube is always dealing with the fallout over something or another, and quite frankly, they're never, ever going to win, especially with over 500 hours of content being uploaded every single minute. Nothing they do will ever please anyone, ever, period, point blank. And that actually brings me to the latest controversy, because this is the world we live in now. YouTube decided it wanted to update its terms of service for the end of 2019, and you can kind of already see where this is going. So, in an email sent out on November 7th, YouTube said that they were updating the terms of service to improve readability and transparency. In fact, the summary of the key changes is, this is what it says. Terms that are clearer and easier to understand, with useful links to help you navigate YouTube and better understand the policies. Expand commitments to notify you about changes that may affect you, such as product updates or future changes to the terms, and better alignment between our terms and how YouTube works today. And that these changes will take place on December 10th, 2019. Now, all of that is pretty standard boilerplate stuff, and scrolling through it here, there wasn't much that really seemed out of place. However, that is until you get to the part about YouTube's terminations for service changes. And this is where people have begun voicing concerns. So it states here that YouTube may terminate your access or your Google account's access to all or part of the service if YouTube believes in its sole discretion that provision of the service to you is no longer commercially viable. Many people have interpreted that to mean that if the channel or content creator is no longer commercially viable, YouTube can and will delete your channel and boot you from the platform. Suffice it to say, people weren't too happy, and it began to spread on Twitter, with Ford Fisher here saying, YouTube is probably over. It's been a lot of small steps, but this is the end. As of December 10th, YouTube will delete channels that are no longer commercially viable. How could a channel that's demonetized be commercially viable? Broadcast yourself is finished. And if you look, it's got 3,100 retweets and 6,100 likes. I mean, clearly this made its way around yesterday, and it even made its way to Reddit over here, asking what's going on with YouTube updating their terms of service and the potentiality of banning people with ad block. Yeah, I mean, I'll admit, I've been saying for years now, since like 2014, that I believe that eventually YouTube would start cracking down on people who use ad block software. It just seems to make the most amount of sense, even though a lot of people are going to absolutely fundamentally hate it. But when everyone's using it and no one's making any money, you can kind of see why that would be a thing. And it also spawned, well, this meme here.
Turn off that pesky ad block. 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 Turn off that pesky ad block.
Getting back to the story. After a day of pure online outrage aimed at YouTube, the Team YouTube account finally responded to questions being hurled at them by content creators. And this is what they said. To clarify, the commercially viable section is not about terminating an account because it's not making money, not in YouTube partnership program. It's about discontinuing certain features or parts of the service because they are outdated or have low usage. This does not impact creators or viewers in any way, which I get. I guess that's it. I get it. I understand it. This is I mean, how many times have there been dead things on YouTube that nobody likes? Kind of like they're, they have a bunch of different things that no one's liked over the years, except when they have things that people actually like that they get rid of, like the YouTube response video feature that everyone's been asking to get back since 2013 when they killed it. But hey, whatever, man, whatever. We're here. Okay, we're talking about commercially viable aspects of the platform. That's not very good. But anyway, let's go back here. So going back to the original text, you got to look at it again. YouTube may terminate your access or your Google account's access to all or part of the service if YouTube believes in its sole discretion that provision of the service to you is no longer commercially viable. So yeah, looking at it again, to you is no longer commercially viable. So just to you or to any user. If you use something and it's no longer working for you or working for the company, they can get rid of it. They've done this with features before. That's really about it. And at the end of the day, it's not about attacking any creator, whether they've been good or whether they've been bad. It's just a misinterpretation of the commercially viable aspect. People focused on the commercially viable part of it. They focused on the rage coming off of the potentiality of YouTube disabling accounts who use ad block software. I mean, conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat, Alex Jones stuff happened. It happened. And now we know that that's not the case. But the question then becomes, how many people are going to see this update? Thankfully, Ford, who had the viral tweet, has been updating it so people know what's going on, and hopefully more information will be spread and more people will get all what they need. But in the meantime, this is where we find ourselves. YouTube, again, not one day without controversy, not one day without problems. Anyway, your thoughts, your opinions, let me know down in the comments below if this changed your mind over the outrage. If you now find yourself more informed, please feel free to hit on that like. Please feel free to smack it. Just beat the crap out of it like you want to do YouTube most of the time. I'll talk to you all later. Have yourself a fantastic day. Thank you for watching, and peace out.